Hello, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today, we're going to do a quick unboxing of a $5 product. This one I picked up at 5 and below. I've seen these before on Amazon. I've seen them with the Asian Arts as a product for that. I've also seen it on Blue Heron Arts, which is Mr. Henry Lee. Henry Lee, fantastic, has tons of videos and a shop with Chinese art supplies. Really good. So anyway, so this was the brand that was at the 5 and below. The back kind of describes what the product does, is that you're going to paint on it with just water, which lets you practice your brush strokes, and it'll then start fading back to the original just blank fabric or canvas, whatever it is. I've never seen one in person. My friend Ryan had picked one up, and I think he loved it, so let's see what we can do and what's in the box. All right, opening it up, we got the protection. How to use the water canvas. Place the board on the bamboo stand, either horizontally. Okay. I'm going to pause this. I'm not going to read everything. All right, so there's a few important things. It is prone to scratching, it says, so use soft brushes. It does come with a brush. We'll take a look at that. Don't oversaturate or fully immerse in water. To avoid stains, use just water, and even watch skincare and oils, etc. So we have, I believe this would be the stand for it. I am going to lay it flat. It looks like we would stand the board up here and put your brush here in the front. But we're going to put this on the side for right now, just so I can lay it flat and film easier. Here is a little canister for water. So that's pretty cool because you never have enough little containers. Then the board itself, is it upside down? Yep, it's upside down. So here we go. I wonder if I want to keep the box to put it in. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is first look at the brush itself. So a lot of these Asian brushes will come starched, meaning that they're very stiff. And what you can do is take warm water and kind of just slowly put it in the warm water, and that'll dissolve the starches. And you can get a little bit more aggressive with it if need be. All right, so I ran some water through it. I'm going to rub it in this just to see if there's any hairs that are going to fall out. Obviously, this is going to be a cheap brush, but we'll try it out first. With the Asian brushes, you can get ones that are synthetic. You can get ones that are made out of goat hair, weasel or wolf. That word gets used interchangeably. A weasel is what it's from, I believe. And horsehair, some other things. So you have a variety of options there. I'm going to use this little container here. You could even get brushes that are a mixture of different ones. Goat on the outside and wolf on the inside is the same. Is a unique one. It lets you get the effect of the goat hair versus the stiffness of the weasel hair. So all the hairs have different purposes and different effects. In fact, if I reach over here, this one is a mixture of the two. I believe I got this from Mr. Henry Lee, Blue Heron Arts. So if you wind up liking these type of brushes, you can look at Hobby Lobby, look on Amazon, or like I said, Blue Heron Arts. I mention them a lot because Mr. Henry Lee was just so influential in my beginning years of watercolor. So let's see the mark making. All right, so you see how it wets it. And I think what's taking place is that we have this thin fabric, whatever the material is, a black backing board. And when it gets wet, it's most likely just pushing up against that black backing board and then letting that show through. So this would let you practice your different shapes and your brush strokes without wasting paper if you feel that that's taking place. Because Chinese brush painting, to begin with, will have If I can remember correctly, the orchid is over. It comes out and through, then the last one comes out and over. Something in that general line is the orchid, and you could practice that brush stroke over and over again rather than using paper after paper of rice paper. So it also lets you see the quantity of water on the brush itself and lets you play with mark making. One thing that it had me thinking about was Claude Lorraine. I was looking through the Claude Lorraine album yesterday, and a lot of it is charcoal, chalk, brown wash, and maybe like a black wash or black ink or brown ink. And some of his stuff has the marks for, let's say these are leaves, right? And I'm just kind of going in. And then some of his work has the cross hatching. And then let's say I wanted to just experiment with a wash and see what happens. So rather than using up sheets of paper, I can practice potential ink techniques on this. Last but not least, let's look at the Hake brush. I'm going to pull some of the moisture out of it because it said be careful not to oversaturate. And you can see some Hake brush marks there. I can pull moisture out and practice my stippling technique with it. Okay, so that works good. Dang, I wonder if we could get a whole painting done on one of these. I mean, it wouldn't save, obviously, but it might be worth experimenting with. Okay, I really like this tool. I'm really excited about this. Here is a squirrel mop. So if you wanted to play around with the mark making of that, squirrel mark kind of gives like usually it gives me like an N hoop shape. Here we're just getting more texture. This is the number 4, completely saturated. This is a cheap, round Black Swan Creative Mark. So that's, I think this is the Buy It, Try It from Jerry's Artorama. So within that time period, there's been no pausing or anything like that. Some of the initial horizontal strokes that I did are already faded. You could see the Hake, which was probably the heaviest application, is starting to fade at this point. I think I wanted to say it said about 15 minutes. The more water you use, the longer the drawing will take. Drawing will take to dry. Generally anywhere from seconds to minutes. You can repeat the drawing to drying. I'm not sure what they mean by that. But regardless, I think if you're looking for a way to practice different mark making, this is it. If you are looking for something to practice your watercolor whenever you're just kind of laying in bed, I think this is it. This is something that I can use laying in bed. Right now, laying in bed is having a sketchbook, colored pencils, pens on the bedside table. If you had a container of water, you could just sit this on your lap and go to town. You would just have to be careful with where you hold it, I would think, since they say be careful with oils from your hands. The stand itself holds it. It's not completely upright, but I would say this is probably, and this is where my math skills have to come in place, so this would be 90 degrees if it was straight up. We're tilting it probably at an 80. It's pretty sharp. It's really sharp. So if you're also looking to practice painting upright, then that added tool. So I mean, what is it, $5? This is great. I can't recommend this enough. Like I said, Amazon maybe had it up to $20. If you look for maybe a water canvas, a practice canvas for sumi-e or Chinese brush painting canvas. If you look at Henry Lee's, if you look through the stuff, I'm sure he has it under a certain section and you could find it out. But 10 out of 10. 10. I would buy this again. I would gift this over and over again. Wow. Okay, I'm very excited. So I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Have you ever used one of these? Have you found a location that you enjoy, one that you enjoy, a model that you enjoy? Did you ever have any trouble with any of the models? Just curious. So on that note, thank you. Please like, subscribe, follow, and thank you to everybody that supports this channel on Patreon, because this allows me to take that money and go back and explore more art supplies and create more videos for y'all. Have a great day.